have enough focus on your whys, you won't have a lottery mentality. And have a lottery mentality basically is you're willing to do it if it's easy. Yeah, I'll get in, I'll come to the meetings, I'll talk to some people. If I get rich, you know, in 6 weeks or a month or 2 months or 3 months. Sometimes I talk to people like, yeah, you know, it can take 3, 4, 5 years. It look like 5 years. And just to make a 6, I'm not saying I want to make $100,000 a year. I mean, I'm not saying I want to make $1 million. You know, it's this mentality like, okay, what else are you going to do to go get $100,000 a year residual income? Exactly.
Write a book.
Exactly.
Write songs.
Write songs.
Invent something.
Yeah. Go become a doctor, become a famous actor. Who knows?
Be friends with Bryan.
Exactly. Find treasure. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, ask people, how are you going to go get a 6-figure income? Most likely thing, okay, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to become a doctor or something like that. Great. What are you going to do for that? Well, I'm going to go to school after graduating for 20 years, basically. I'm going to get hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Then I'm going to go start working, intern, 60, 80 hours a week. And the minute I don't work, I don't get paid. I mean, it's going to be like a 20-year process just to get a job that pays you that, where if you don't work it, you don't get it. What we're talking about here in network marketing is a residual income, a 6-figure income that's going to keep coming in even if you stop working. There's probably not a measurable percentage of people in the world that even have that. There's probably not even a measurable percentage of people that have a 6-figure residual income. But we're offering you a way to do it through network marketing. And I can tell you this, I would rather have a 6-figure residual income than a 7-figure income that I have to get up and go to every single day that they could take away from me at any time. So what you're getting here in network marketing, if you haven't had it, I'm trying to make y'all feel what it is. It's something amazing. It's something worth fighting for. And it is something that can help you achieve your whys. Don't have a lottery mentality. Don't look at this and say, well, I'll do it if I can get it easy. I got all kinds of lottery mentality examples, but I know we're running out of time, so let me keep going. Second, your list. Just like, oh, your list, this is basic. I read this in a book or something like that. Listen, this is more important than what the average person thinks. Your list is not just about a list of people. You see, joining the business is nothing. If you join Wake Up Now, if you join a network marketing company, guess what you are? You're a customer. You bought some product. That's it. People buy stuff all the time. I have people join businesses with me for thousands and thousands of dollars that do nothing. Joining means nothing. Don't think because you got someone in, it means anything. How many people you brought in that never do anything? So if just joining meant action, then every person that got in would be doing stuff. But it's not. This, your list, writing that list, having them put pen to paper is the first action step that somebody takes when they join the business. Watch. Watch when you try to get people to do their list, how many people won't do it. Because it's actually, psychologically, it's them saying, oh crap, I'm working the business, there it goes, oh, I don't want to talk to this person, I don't want to talk to this person. You know what I mean? Like, it's them starting, even though they're not doing anything. It does so many things when you put those pins up, the pen on paper and you start having people have their list. It breaks through stuff. Now, when I'm having someone do it, I always want to reassure them. I'm saying, now listen, I'm not saying we're going to call everybody here. We're going to call anybody that you want to, anybody you don't want to, we won't. You want to get them past that point to know that this is like the power that they have. Because all of a sudden, there's just so much I want to say. So here's what happens a lot of times when people join into a business. And if y'all been doing this for a while, y'all probably going to think about this. You get somebody in, they're pumped and everything. Man, I'm doing it, I'm going to crush it. And you're like, man, next week, let's go out. And next week you call them, man, you got those meetings set up for me? Well, I'm still working on it. Just some things are coming up. You're like, oh, cool. He's still pumped. And next week it's the same thing. And the next week it's like, maybe I show up to the meeting, you talk to him, like, everything okay? Oh, no, I'm pumped, man. Things are good. We're going to do this. But you know something's not right? And then before you know it, they're gone. You're not showing up to nothing. The auto ships off. And you're like, what happened? I guess he wasn't into it. I guess he's just a quitter or whatever. No, that's not what happened. I get it. Here's exactly what happened. They got pumped, and they went and they talked to 5 of their friends. And it's luck. Okay? Those 5 friends shot him down. They were marketing. You got scammed. You go to jail. Oh, my friend. I'm going to lose all your money. You didn't give me your social security number, did you? Oh. Lose my number. I mean, it's like, and they're like, oh, and all of a sudden they're thinking, what did I do? And nobody I know is interested. Or the same thing happens. You put a person in, you don't do the proper steps with them, but they get in, and next week they're pumped. They're excited. They're bringing people and everything. You know what happened? It was random. They happened to talk to 5 people who were like, no, marketing, let's do it. How much does it cost? It was just a luck of a draw. You don't want that. You want high percentages. So I built 2 organizations, over 100,000 distributors. One organization, 250,000 distributors. Another one, 130,000 distributors. And then I'll do it again over here at Wake Up Now. Now, I don't say that to brag, but here's the reality. There's only a handful of people in the world that do it one time. And I sponsored probably maybe 60 people the first time and maybe 50, 60 people the other time. I think I sponsored like 20-something people over here at Wake Up Now. It isn't about necessarily how many people you sponsor. I'm not saying sponsoring a lot of people is not good, because if I sponsored 300, who knows how big it would be. But my mentor, Barry, used to say you work slower to work faster. What do you think that means? You work slower to work faster.
Smarter.
Right. You do it right. It's proper duplication. When a person comes in, I don't want to be a luck of the draw if they happen to talk to some people that are excited or not. I'm going to take some time with them. I'm going to get them going the correct way. I'm going to let them know they can do this. Like, you start them off right, because what I found is anybody can be successful at this business. If you line up 100 of the top earners in the world, you're not going to see like every one of them is the same way or something. They're all different. It's just that they made a decision, they took action, they did it. So I believe anyone can do this, anyone can have success. So take time with people, do it the right way. Make sure they have their list. And here's what happens when you have your list. You got it? Now you go through, and the people you want to contact, now here's another thing. I was talking to a guy last night about this, a really, really good leader. I said, you ever have people that said they're going to set up meetings and they never do? Y'all ever have that? Hey, got you in? Cool. Set some stuff up next week. You set the meetings, I'll go do the meetings. And Kobe never sets anything up. Why? You think Kobe all of a sudden doesn't want to do the business? But you can tell the same person, a different person, they set up the meetings and they go out there and they go do it. You think, oh, well, he's just motivated. No, he's not. He could be 10 times more motivated. But here's the problem. Don't take for granted simple things in the beginning of this business. Sometimes you got to hold people's hand a little bit. Kobe might not understand just how simple it is to do that. So what I do is I want people to win right away. So I get their list and I say, you want to qualify your list. Who are they? Are they close friend? Are they successful? On and on and on. So I'll look at this and I'll say, okay, who's John? It says right here, he's a close friend, he's successful, blah, blah, all of a sudden you're like, oh, John's like my best friend in the whole world. It's like, if you have a flat tire, he's going to come fix it. He's like, man, he'd come, he'd give me his car and everything. I was like, great. So that's the guy we want to call first. Because I want him to break through the fear of inviting, and I want him to win right away. I heard people say, oh, you call your hardest people first. Why do you want to do that? No, you call the best people first because you want them to get in, you want them to have some success, you want people to make some money or get excited right away. You spend a little time with them, and Kobe realized, that's it. That's all I do. I just call up John and say, hey, man, can you give me 20, 30 minutes? I want to talk to you about something. You do that just a little bit, put a little bit more work into people in the beginning, and it's amazing what can happen to them long term. People that I think people would have quite quit the industry and given up on, you put a little time with them, and you'll have success. It's working slower to work faster. All right, I'm going to speed up, Carl. Sorry. Goals. I'm a big believer in goals. I talk to people a lot about it. I think goals, I always write them down. For me, I always make them realistic. I don't ever write a goal that I'm not 100% sure I'm going to hit. Maybe I'm cheating. I don't know. But I write goals like I have to just be screwing around if I didn't hit those goals. Why? Because I don't want to be discouraged myself. I want to be like, man, I hit every goal that I write down. Maybe it's a trick or whatever psychologically, but you want to put goals that are realistic. I cringe when I see people that are like, my goal is to be this rank by this day because I'm going to go and do this. It's like, Probably not, and then you're going to be discouraged. But how do you tell somebody that? So when you're sitting down with people, when they're first getting started, even for yourselves, write goals, but always write goals that are realistic. Try that. You can always go back and rewrite your goals. I do it all the time. Write goals that you know you're going to be able to achieve, but that you're still going to have to work for. Okay? Commitments. Now this is big. Commitments. When someone comes into business, why is the truth not enough? Why do we got a lot of people? Man, if you get in, I'll do everything for you. I'll build your legs for you. I'll do this for you. Just sign up. People tell me that, I'm like, great, I'll take 5 positions. You going to build them for me? Go ahead. Why is the truth not enough? Oh man, we're going to get rich overnight. You want people to commit. I mean, I have to work to do this? Well, yeah. So what I do is I'll write the goals with people, and they say, okay, well, gosh, right here it says, you want to be making $50,000 a year by this day and everything like that. I was like, in order to do that, you're going to have some commitments. And let people know up front what the expectations are. When you talk to people in this industry that have quit, that have a bad taste, I can almost guarantee you most of the time, if you could like go back and see everything that happened when they got in and what they were told and everything like that, this is where somebody failed them. They lied to them. They did not give them the truth of what was expected for you to be successful. If somebody's going to get a 6-figure residual income or a 5-figure residual income, there's going to be work involved. They're going to have some commitments. Yes, you're going to have to show up on some meetings. Yes, you're going to have to get on some calls. Yes, you're going to have to talk to people. Yes, you're going to have to do these things. Yes, you're going to have to read some books. It says here, here's what you want. You think it's free? It's not. Take time and make commitments with people. Set the expectations correct. Remember, build the business slower to build it faster. There's not a lot of secrets on network marketing, but I think this could be like a secret. Weekly goals. Okay, now we have a monthly comp plan here with Wake Up Now, which I really enjoy. But building your business in bites weekly, to me, is one of the true secrets. It allows you to focus each week on what you're doing. It's kind of like when you're doing a massive action plan. Every single week, kind of look at where you are and set your goals and what you're going to do for that week. If you're just thinking like, I want to sponsor 5 people this month, or I want to talk to 20 people this month, what happens at the end of the month? How many times do people actually go and do it? Not very often. Because, oh, well, I'll do it next week and everything like that. If you can keep yourself on pace weekly, hitting your goals every single week, that's where you start to build a consistency that builds up the wave to have one of these massive organizations. Personal development. Read books. I don't like to read. Do you like money? Learn to read. Listen to an audiobook. There's so much value in personal development. Other books about network marketing, other people that have done this. Take the time to do this. And I see people like, when I'm driving, I want to be jamming my music and everything like that. Make some sacrifices, okay? There's time to do these simple things that'll help you go and get where you want to be. Events. We are in this business. We're in the event business. That's what network marketing is. It's one event to the next. And what is an event? And when I say plug into the system, plug into the events, plug in, that means plugging into this. Okay? Find out when the weekly calls are and be on every single one of them. When are your weekly meetings? You don't know? Go to one every week. If you're not plugged in. If you took a group of people, if we split this room in half, and we had this half of the room over here was talking to 2 people every single day, and this part of the room over here was talking to 2 people every single day. Okay, and we had, let's say 100 people on each side. And we fast forwarded a year. So work-wise, you're doing exactly the same. Because you know how many people just say, hey, I just don't like the meetings. I'm doing it on my own. I just like to plug in. It's nonsense. If you had one half that was doing that and the other half that was doing that, in a year, 100 on each side, here's what will happen. In a year, you'll probably have 30 people over here. Even though they're doing the same work, you'll probably have 400 or 500 people over here. If you have a team, imagine, would you rather have a team that's on the calls, that's going to the meetings, that's listening to the webinars, that's showing up, that's doing these things, that's plugged in, Or would you rather have a team that doesn't plug into anything, isn't going anywhere, isn't anything? Which one do you think is going to be more successful? A lot of people mistakenly think that network marketing is just about talking to people and getting people to sign up. That is an aspect of it, but it's about building an organization. And if you're not there, and you're not bringing people, and you're not setting the example, you'll never build an organization. My time's almost up. 8, learn the business. Do you know the comp plan? You know how to use the back office? You know how to sign somebody up? You had a restaurant and you don't know how to use a cash register, how successful do you think you're going to be? If you don't know these simple things, I talk to people, they've been in for so long, they don't even know the basics of the comp plan and things like that. I'm like, and you want to have a 6-figure income? You want to be a millionaire doing this, but you don't know the basics? Take time to learn what business you're in. Be a leader. All this means to me when I say be a leader is someone who does. They lead by example. Leader doesn't have to be the person that's standing right here. Okay? A leader is someone who does the correct actions. That's it. They lead by example. They're not the boss. They're one who does the most. They're one who does the most meetings. They're one who reads the most books. They're one who does the actions the most correct. That's what leader is. And last, golden rule. Doesn't matter. You have Louisiana public school education, you're not spelling it. Can't read it, don't worry, it's spelled wrong. All right. The golden rules of network marketing. If I could sum up in the theory to me what this industry is, what this business is, how to build a large business is this. You do the business with the correct actions. You do this correctly. Correctly means I'm doing all these things over here. And a lot of people can do things correctly for like a day or a week. This is where the breakdown happens. Consistency. You do the business consistently. This is something that's very difficult. When I talk about a 90-day massive action plan, to me, all you're doing is you're training someone on what they should be doing for like 5 years straight. A professional network marketer, I do a 5-year massive action plan. I do consistent effort correctly, and that's how you build massive businesses. It's just people are consistent, they're not, they're here, they're up, they're down. It's never going to work that way, or you're going to have little results. And finally, you do it long enough. A professional network marketer does not set a time frame. I don't have a time frame on my whys. I don't know if wake up now to be global exec, if it's going to take me another 2 months, it's going to take me another 10 years. But I don't have a time frame on where I want to be. A professional networker is, they do this. They build a business correctly, consistently, and long enough. And anyway, just to wrap up, we have an amazing business here. The timing of where we are right now, you probably can't appreciate unless you've been doing this for a long time. But to be involved in a company before momentum that we know is going to go into momentum is something you'll probably never have another opportunity to do in your lifetime. So please take advantage of it. Thank you all so much.